What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here. Back on the third one. That one. To bring you another video, get those 10s and 20 views. Technically, I'm on that one too, but more it goes on YouTube. Due to a slight headache and lack of effort, my favorite sports uniform video is going to get paused for Saturday. So there's that. Tonight, on Kick, gotta make sure I remember the right place, I will be playing Fantasy Online 2. It's a fun game. I wanted to play more games on Kick. That's a game that I liked, but then they completely changed it. Out of focus. Yeah, probably not. Could be me being crazy. Yeah, so that'll be on Kick. But today, it's going to be a death battle. And it's Red vs. Blue. A series I would love to do a reaction to, but I'm pretty sure Rooster Teeth won't like that. So this is kind of like a test run on that. But let's see the battle. That should help if I get over to the battle. Red vs. Blue. I have seen it, so I cannot make an official guess on Red vs. Blue, but
we wanted to thank Harry's for sponsoring today's episode.
Harry's raised, and now Harry's
is growing the
clear
saving force can revive your.
There we go. Yeah.
Edison versus Tesla. Coke versus
the Wizard of Menlo Park. Yeah. Edison's from New Jersey.
Versus
North. So that's kind of why he was a dick.
Goku versus Superman.
Few rivalries have lasted nearly 2 decades or spawned epic battles like our second favorite web series, Red vs. Blue.
With the red team, even though most of them don't actually wear red.
And the blue team, their perpetual ocean-colored rivals. For this battle, we'll be bringing these two groups back to where it all started.
To find out what would have happened if they had stopped dicking around and actually just fought for real.
Just a note, we will be locking any artificial intelligence characters within their primary bodies, since they're generally invincible unless they stumble into an EMP.
You mean an imp?
What?
He's with
It's a great joke from the series.
an iron boomstick.
I haven't finished the series. I got all the way up to where Red vs. Blue, like the main guy, stopped.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Hey. Yeah? You ever wonder why we're here?
The question that's launched the web series.
Not long from now, in a galaxy theoretically exactly where we are, humanity goes to war with an alien covenant.
So the United Nations Space Command came up with a ton of plans to win, and one of those was called Project Freelancer.
Essentially an experiment using AI to create invincible super soldiers.
This isn't actual Halo lore. This is Red vs. Blue lore. Just throwing it out there for people who don't know.
In order to fabricate scenarios to train these highly advanced warriors, Freelancer opted for a, unique approach.
Dumping a bunch of losers in a box canyon and telling them they're at war with each other.
Enter the red team.
And not just this box game. There's a lot. That's pretty much the whole premise of the show is every Red vs. Blue game is literally just for the freelancers. Learn.
Dick Simmons, Dexter Griff, Franklin Delano Donut, Lopez the Heavy, and their leader, Super Colonel Sarge.
Donut operator, why aren't you wearing lightish red more often?
Yes, that
Granted, I know you're probably never going to watch the series or this video.
is his full name and rank.
You know how they say prejudice is taught, not born? Well, they haven't met Super Colonel Sarge, who I bet was screaming how much he hates blue the second he popped into the world.
Attention, blue team! This is the red team! We are here to destroy you!
Grew up in Iowa. Huh.
Your long reign of being the shittiest team around is about to come to a sudden and cataclysmic end!
Once an orbital drop shock trooper, Sarge was unfortunately discharged after developing a fear of heights, only to be picked up by Project Freelancer to achieve his dream.
Lead the glorious Reds against the dirty Blues.
Did they screw up the number of stars to color one out?
Oh man, he's great. He seems like the kind of guy you could just have a catch with.
Oh yeah, I forgot they made this reference. You'll find something funny.
Sure. Sarge may be an unorthodox leader, but he knows his men very well.
Hey, he's good enough to keep dorks like Griff and Simmons around for 17 seasons, and those two spend a lot of time together.
It's a complicated relationship, though you may be surprised at their capabilities. Simmons may be a brilliant geek, like myself, but he proves stereotypes wrong by changing his armored suit in just 4 seconds.
Well, how about this?
How did you change so fast?
I've always been a fast changer.
Mjolnir armor is designed to be applied by Spartans within a considerable few minutes. This would imply Simmons is 90 times faster than the average super soldier. He's also technically a cyborg, but everyone forgets that these days.
Meanwhile, Griff is the laziest member of the team, who
He's also apparently fat, but you can't tell, Evan.
only cares about pizza and Oreos. He's my favorite. He's also been hit in the nuts more times than I can count, and he's still standing today. That's some balls of steel
Oh, that fight sequence with Tex was awesome.
right there.
Then there's Donut. Easily duped, but always a joy. He's clearly identifiable by his lightish red armor.
Was your eyes going bad? That's pink.
In Halo 5 and the new Halo, it listed as lightish red.
Magenta. Donut has shown incredible tenacity. He was once shot through the chest, causing his armor to lock up, and was left bleeding out on the ground for over a year, but he got better.
And he's got the best throwing arm around. He threw a grenade halfway across the canyon.
Which is over 1,500 feet long.
And last of all is the team robot who hates everyone, Lopez.
Hola.
Hey, that robot looks like Lopez.
Hey, regresado.
No matter how many times they rebuild him, they can never figure out how to fix that language setting. Oh well.
The Reds carry a standard Spartan assortment of magnums, battle rifles, and SMGs.
But if I had to pick one weapon of the bunch, I'd have to go with Sarge's trusty shotgun.
Seriously? The weapon with the shortest range?
Wiz, how long have we known each other? Have you never looked at my leg before? Besides, an effective range of 45 meters is almost the length of an Olympic swimming pool. Watch your back, Michael Phelps. I know how to beat you now.
Of course.
Unless he dives underwater. It's Mythbusters, I think that's on you dive certain depth, you won't get shot.
Of course, we can't forget their hallmark vehicle, the Warthog.
You mean the Puma?
AKA Chupa Thingy. This 3-ton supercar tops out at 78 miles per hour and is heavily armored.
Well, it's supposed to be. Somehow the Reds always find new ways to break the thing.
Lucky that Sarge is a good mechanic. And you know what they say, Wiz? Good mechanics make for good fathers.
But what I find most baffling is that, for some reason, these low-life dimwits have been given the most state-of-the-art Space Marine armor in the galaxy.
Oh yeah, the Mark VI Mjolnir suit.
Mjolnir.
Gesundheit. Titanium plating, energy shields, hydrostatic gel, liquid metal crystal.
The upside is you don't have to do all the armor stuff when you get the other team.
These babies can take one hell of a beating.
Apparently strong enough to withstand the blast of a 50-megaton bomb.
Gotta love it when a bomb goes off that's so big you think it sent you to the future. Good times.
But when push came to shove, the Reds banded together to take down one of the deadliest warriors in the galaxy, the Meta. Despite all logic and reason, the two pillars I hold most dear, I am forced to admit these morons have proven to be a mind-bogglingly impressive team.
I'm not ordering you to go. I ain't even asked you. You do what you gotta do, Private Griff.
I'll go get my car keys.
Ah, all right then.
Ad break. We're back. No, they couldn't wait an extra 2 seconds to get to there for the ads.
The blues. They're not just a great way to sing out all those complicated, messed up feelings you keep down about being fatherless. They're the second half of this epic. But, you know, singing blues would be perfect for this team. They've been through a lot.
Maybe true. Unlike the Reds, they've suffered numerous casualties and are constantly plagued by Project Freelancer's experiments.
You know how they were experimenting with AI? They could only get one, an alpha based on the project's director. Shit went down and they had to hide the alpha where nobody would ever find it.
Apparently, this box canyon in the middle of nowhere seemed the perfect fit.
This is Blue Team. Leonard Church, Lavernius Tucker, Agent Texas, Sheila, who is a living tank, and Caboose.
After losing their original captain to a deadly allergy incident, Church reluctantly stepped up to be the blue team's unofficial leader.
Wait, you're not bringing in Wash? Take out Church, put in Wash.
Spoiler alert, he's the secret alpha AI. I don't know what makes him so special, though. He's a cranky asshole who's terrible at literally everything he does. He doesn't even know he's an AI. He thinks he's a ghost.
But remember that 50
Boo, motherfuckers.
megaton bomb? Church's team all survived it too, including himself, while it was inside his own body.
What the hell?
Tucker wants you to think he's a ladies' man. However, after careful, painstaking analysis, we have determined that he has very little game, being that his most frequent hookup is a rock.
He's kind of a badass, though. He stabbed the meta, Shoryuken to Cyclops in the balls, and held off a small army of mercenaries by himself. He even wields a kick-ass energy sword that...
Yeah, of all the actual Red vs. Blue taking out Tex and Washington, Tucker is the most capable of all of them.
only works for him.
But for the biggest badass of the bunch, look no further than Agent Texas. Tex is an anomaly. She's not really a blue, but a freelancer assigned to the team through circumstance. Yet she's also not really a freelancer, but a robot duplicate hosting an artificial intelligence fragment split from the alpha as a clone of the director's late wife, Allison.
Yeah, duh, guys. How'd you not see that coming from when the show started?
Unfortunately, the Tex fragment is specifically based on the memory of Allison's death and the concept of failure. This means that Tex is literally programmed to fail. Now, this doesn't mean she can't win fights or that her team can't succeed on missions. It's more of a personal defect.
It sure hasn't stopped her from kicking some serious ass. Tex was #1 on the freelancer leaderboard, easily caught this giant crate, and could even flip over Sheila. You know, the 66-ton tank with a mind of its own? The perfect companion for Caboose's team killing sprees.
Every Spartan can do it, but Rever Fluid made it seem that Tex was just OP strong.
You all know Caboose, the funny fan favorite who can get you to quote everything he says. And he's really dumb. Hey, speak of the dummy.
What else is new?
Perfect timing. As this battle will be in Blood Gulch, the usual teleportation units will be in place. The Blues have used these teleporters frequently with varying results.
Yeah, the Reverse Blue took a lot of shots at like some of the things.
In you go.
Certainly. What could go wrong?
Teleportation is instantaneous, as you can see.
You totally killed him, didn't you?
Probably.
Well, aside from Tucker's kick-ass lightsaber, the Blues carry pretty boring weapons. I mean, they don't really need much when they have a robot ninja on their side. Church does have a cool sniper rifle, but he really sucks with it.
Which sort of makes sense. Unlike everyone else, Church never experienced any training or combat before Blood Gulch.
Also, you gotta figure, if he's a broken up fragment, like some of the skills be in the other fragments, like Omega.
You know, that explains a lot.
Even without specialized weapons, Blue Team has a few aces up their sleeves. Agent Tex carries an additional AI fragment, Omega,
I prefer O'Malley.
the fragment of the Alpha's rage. With it, she can use extra enhancement gear, such as a cloaking device. It also affects her personality, quite literally transforming her into a vicious killing machine.
It can also pop out of her head and possess other people like a ghost. But remember, we're locking AIs to their bodies because that is super overpowered.
Even though Tex has shown incredible feats of strength, Caboose is surprisingly even stronger. In a robot body identical to the one she used to flip Sheila.
Yeah, but there's that whole like idiot strength. I'm not saying the word, where it's like is he so dumb? Maybe he's like autistic and he doesn't actually know like strength limiters.
Tex was unable to lift Andy the bomb, while Caboose could do so for extended periods of time.
And after entering an alien temple, Santa, don't question it, increased gravity by 10-fold, and Caboose didn't even notice. I remember a certain Saiyan struggling to do something like that. I mean, I guess this means Caboose is better than Goku.
Stop it. Don't you dare open those floodgates.
I'm kidding, you idiot. Still, Caboose was strong enough to defeat a bunch of Tex clones all at once. It's like they say, it's God's way of compensating.
Unfortunately, the Blue Team has a tendency to get in way over their heads, often losing team members in the process.
But somehow, some way, they always come back together. They're a good team in a weird, stupid way.
Sheila, shut him up.
Son of a bitch!
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
And while the Reds and
See, there's small issues that you have text there, shouldn't be there. You replace the text with Agent Washington. Church should be out of the equation, and I want to say Griff also used the brute shot in the series.
Blues fight over an
Who you got, red or blue? I already know the outcome, so I can't really judge.
empty canyon, you can fight hair loss with keeps.
We don't need to tell him it's death.
This is my gaming rig. I built from 27 peak dashes. Start dashing.
Earn extra cash.
Work when you want.
Dash to it.
No ad. We're back though.
Okay, why did we bring the flag out here?
Because it's supposed to rain today. You have to remember to take your flag outside when it rains.
None of that is right.
What's a flag got to do with rain? Wait, do you think the flag is an umbrella?
They couldn't get the voice actors.
Caboose, have you ever seen an umbrella before?
Yoink.
I'm sorry, where's the Spanish music for the Warthog?
On that, Blue!
Yeah, suck it, Blue.
This'll stop them.
Hey, dumbass! The teleporter never worked. Now come on, let's... Wait, where's Caboose?
Great work with that fake weather report, boys. That's the kind of fake news I like.
What fake weather report?
Let's go, Sheila. The only good red is a red in bed.
That is a Caboose line. That is very a Caboose line.
Griff, quit your staring and get to stepping. On the gas, pronto.
Yeah, I know.
Sheila, look out for that rock. Oh no, there's another one. Who put all these rocks out here?
Why are there 6 pedals when there's only 4 directions?
Watch out! In his cage, men! Get around and hit him from behind, just like John Wayne would have done.
No way, those caves are amazing.
Move over, numbnut!
Hey, don't leave me out here.
Okay, he has a brute shot.
Simmons, here's the plan. We're going to use the Warthog as a battering ram, striking their rear engine, which will rupture and cause the tank to self-destruct in a glorious explosion!
Excellent plan, sir. Except for, well, all of it. You know, maybe we
Oh, that's a bigger clip than I thought! Oh!
Jesus, what was that? Where's it? Simmons? Simmons!
Here, blah!
No!
There's the one. First kill. First blood. There it was. I had to remember what it was called.
Oh no, a spider?
Yeah! Who else wants a taste of this big D?
About to come out!
No judging.
End of the line, Reds.
Dirty Blue, for the first time in history, you're exactly right. Today is a good day to die. Charge!
Tex would pretty much single-handedly take them all out, let's be honest. Technically, she already did, but we're not counting that.
Hit.
Lopez would shoot them both. Let's be honest. Lopez would just shoot them both.
Not today, Roboto! Swish!
Idiota, no tienes oportunidad contra...
Yeah, Tucker was like, Church was like, do you know how to use that thing? He goes, it's a sword, swish, swish, stab. It's not complicated.
Porque yo soy el López al pasado. Mierda.
I never hit a lady.
Technically, Lopez is still alive. You can cut off his head, he can keep going.
Good thing you're no lady. About time.
Estar atento.
Church, how do I help?
Just stay there, Caboose.
I want to help.
Help by not helping.
Very true. Caboose will probably end up killing off a good chunk of the Blues.
God damn it, this rifle is busted.
Help has arrived.
Caboose, no! Dex! No!
Tucker did it.
Oh, here we go. This thing's gonna take out everybody.
Son of a...
This is it. This is what it's all about. Red versus blue. Blood versus water. Which is really just lifeless, tasteless, waste of space blood. Destiny awaits. Today, the cerulean devil dies. Well, should have seen that coming. Blood.
Good thing the flag is out.
What a
Tucker should have been the one who survived at all. That's just me, but...
battle! Who knew weather was so important?
As chaotic as the show we all know.
Okay, so the Reds had plenty going for them. They had brains and speed on their side with Simmons, and they had some epic firepower, but the blue team had the grit to overpower them.
When it comes to physical strength, nobody on the red team came close to the raw power of Tex and Caboose.
Flipping Sheila and lifting Andy made that pretty clear. Hell, Sarge even tried to lift Andy once and he couldn't do it. Poor guy. Even with such charisma, leadership qualities, and big dad energy, you can't win them all.
Speaking of which, it could be argued Sarge has more extensive military experience than anyone else. However, Tex's freelancer training was far more intensive than standard military issue.
Just look at what she did to the Reds before. She's a monster.
And you can actually add Tucker into that fight, too. He was there.
Not to mention, she technically had 2 lifetimes of training, being a copy of Allison and all.
Yeah, her lame programming meant she couldn't win the fight by herself, but her blue teammates picked up the slack. Tucker even got some freelancer training in too, thanks to Agent Washington, and could hold off a platoon of mercs all by himself.
No one ever said he wasn't good at solo activities.
Oh, and in the fight between tanks versus cars, tanks generally win. I mean, that one's pretty obvious.
The red team may have been extremely resilient, mostly thanks to aggravating stubbornness, but it wasn't enough to survive the stellar skill and the brute force of blue team.
If only they could have read that they'd end up with a case of the blues.
That's even without releasing the obviously superior power of artificial intelligence units.
You know, dummy, you ever wonder why you're here?
All the time.
The winner is the blue team.
Woo! Blue team. Ironically, I did not plan on it, but I am actually wearing a blue shirt. But yeah, if you want me to try to watch Red vs. Blue on here, which I would gladly try to do, but you know, it's weird, I might put that on Rumble. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Until next time, I'll see you weird people later.